Good morning. There is new trouble in the pipeline for the Trudeau government and for Canada's energy sector. The Keystone XL project, which Prime Minister Justin Trudeau backs as a big economic booster, is back on hold. A U.S. judge is stopping work on Keystone more than 2 years after Donald Trump signed off on it.
We're going to renegotiate some of the terms, and if they'd like, we'll see if we can get that pipeline built.
Giving the go-ahead to the pipeline was one of the first things Trump did after he was sworn in as president. Keystone is meant to carry Alberta oil sands crude south to refineries along the U.S. Gulf Coast. A judge in Montana is now siding with Indigenous and environmental groups and ordering a temporary halt to construction. Hannah Thibodeau is on the story for us. She picks things up from Ottawa. So, Hannah, the federal government, certainly the Alberta government, everyone in the oil patch, they have a lot of vested interest in the Keystone pipeline. What just happened?
Yeah, well, you saw President Donald Trump there in 2017 signing the presidential permit to allow the Keystone pipeline to go ahead. But what he did in order to get that permit signed is he used a 2014 environmental review. The judge yesterday said that that review was no good because it violated some Endangered Species Acts as well as environmental acts. Now, the report issued yesterday by that judge said that there wasn't enough study done on the impact of greenhouse gas emissions. But not only that, it says that it didn't look at the viability of pipeline and using gas in the future. So those are a couple of the reasons why. So the ruling comes just as Calgary-based TransCanada Pipeline was about to start building this pipeline in Montana. But for now, it's been halted.
So for the government, we already know they are dealing with another legal setback, and that's in their big pipeline project, the planned Trans Mountain expansion. Now, again, we have this one from Keystone. So what does it all mean for the government's vision for moving forward?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the federal government to continue to move forward. There are these hurdles after hurdles. Environmentalists say that this latest decision was a big win for them because it's not only halting at this point in time the Keystone pipeline, but also it's going to make it more difficult moving ahead with the Trans Mountain pipeline, which already has its own hurdles, of course. Now, climate activists say that this shows that there will be more hurdles for the Liberal government when it comes to the Trans Mountain pipeline and getting that moving. However, we did hear from a former executive at TransCanada Pipeline, and what he says is that this will be appealed, and he feels that the decision will be reversed when it comes to the Keystone pipeline. Take a listen.
Losing KXL is a very big deal to Canada. We can only hope this is vigorously reversed in the United States courts beyond this Montana judge, because this piece of infrastructure is as important as any market access alternative we still have left in this country.
So you can hear it's a big deal for Trans Mountain Pipeline. I'm sure it's going to be interesting to hear what the Liberal government and their reaction is to this. But for now, the $10 billion pipeline, the Keystone pipeline, has been halted, and we're waiting to hear if and when there will be an appeal.
We'll continue to gather reaction to this. Thanks so much, Hannah, for starting our coverage there. Hannah's in Ottawa this morning.